Today we are going to study a new natural calamity that is a volcano. So, what is volcano, how it is occurred, and what are the materials that are released during the volcano that we are going to study in today's session. Volcano. Volcano is a rupture in the crust of planetary mass object such as Earth that allows hot lava, volcanic ash and gases to escape from the magma chamber below the surface. So during the volcanic eruption, all the hot material that is hot lava, gases as well as volcanic ash, all those things they escape from the magma chamber which is below the Earth's surface, which is near the mantle. Earth's volcano occur because its crust is broken into 17 major rigid tectonic plates that float on the hotter, softer layer in its mantle. So as the mantle has the liquid layer, which is very softer layer, on that these tectonic plates they float, and because of this the occurrence of the volcano erupts. The definition of volcano is a rupture in the Earth's crust where molten lava, hot ash, gases from below the Earth's crust escape into the air. So whenever the material which is inside the Earth's surface comes out with a great force or a pressure along with the hotness, along with the gases, then we say that the volcano is erupted. Volcanoes erupt when molten rock called magma rises to the surface. Magma is formed when the Earth's mantle melts. So whenever magma comes out, it gets cooled down and then we say that it is a lava. And these magma is generated where it is generated inside the mantle when the mantle gets melted because of high heat. Runny magma erupts through the opening or vents in the Earth's crust before flowing into its surface as lava. If magma is thick, gas bubbles cannot easily escape and pressure builds up as magma rises, and this leads to volcanoes. Whenever the magma is thick, the gas cannot escape, and because of this gas pressure, the volcano gets erupted and it rises high towards the sky. What effects do volcano have? So what happens after the volcano or volcanic eruption takes place? After the volcanic eruption takes place, there is a tremendous change in the weather. If the weather was sunny, after the eruption it can cause rain, it can cause thundering, it can cause lightning also. Because of the gases, because of the poisonous gases, the area where the volcanic eruption has taken place, it becomes darker, and because of this the clouds are gathered and the rain is seen. The rain is also called as acid rain because the harmful gas or the poisonous gases which are released from the earth's crust, they get mixed with the water, with the rainwater, and it leads to the acid rain also. They also have long-term effects on the climate. So if the volcano takes place at a specific day, it doesn't mean that the effect gets finished on that day itself. It has a large impact over many weeks, many months, and even years. It depends on how diverse or how adversely the volcano has been erupted. Fast moving lava can kill people and falling ash can make it hard for them to breathe. So whenever the lava is moving faster, it can kill people because of high heat, and the ash can also make, or the poisonous gases released can also make the difficulties in breathing. Lava can also kill plants and animals too. So the lava has a capacity to kill the plants and the animals in that particular area because of its high temperature. Now let us see how are volcanoes formed. Volcanoes are formed by eruption of lava, ash when magma rises through the cracks or weak spots in the earth crust. So wherever there is a weak spot, wherever the earth surface is weak, the magma, it comes with a high force, with a high pressure, and it gets released above the earth's surface. A buildup of pressure in the earth is released by such things as the plate movement, which forces molten rock to explode into the air, causing a volcanic eruption. So this pressure is so large that it forces all the material, and a big explode is created in the air, that we say as volcanic eruption. The lava from the eruption then cools to form a new crust. So after the volcanic eruption has taken place, initially it is very hot, but later on it gets cooled down and a new landform is created. Over time, generally several eruptions, the rock builds up and forms a volcano. So after various eruptions, the rock gets built up and then it forms a volcano. Now the next is, do volcanoes do anything good? So what is the advantage of volcano? Is there any positive thing when an volcano takes place? Then the answer is yes. Because after the volcanic eruption takes place, large amount of new material is being decomposed on the surface of the earth. So the volcanic ash, it is very good for soil, which helps plants to grow after volcano. So this volcano ash makes the soil fertile. Because of that, the plants in that area, they grow very much faster. Volcanic slopes left after an eruption are very steep, so rare and delicate plants and animals can set up homes there and can be protected. So after the volcano, the slopes, they get very steep, and because of this, the plants and animals can safely protect themselves and they set up their homes, so they can stay at those places. So these are the two advantages of volcanoes. Type of volcano on the basis of frequency of eruption. Now, how is the frequency of that particular volcano in that particular area? How frequently it is occurred, or after how much time, on how regular basis this volcano gets erupted? Based on this, it is divided into three types. First is active, second is dormant, and third is extinct, or extinct can also be said as ancient volcanoes. Now let us study what is active volcano. The volcanoes which erupt fairly frequently as compared to others are called as active volcano. So if a volcano is erupting after every year or after every fixed interval of time, 100% that occurrence is created and it is observed, then we say that this volcano is active. Only few volcanoes remain more or less continual in eruption for long periods, but intermittent activity is more common. So, out of many volcanoes, only few volcanoes come under this stage, and they remain active. Rest of them, they don't remain much active, or they don't occur frequently. Now the second is the dormant. It has derived from the Latin word dormire. Dormire means what? To sleep. Volcanoes are those in which eruption has not occurred regularly and recently. So these are the volcanoes, or the dormant is an volcano in which the volcano is occurring, but it is not occurring frequently. It is occurring after so many years or many years gap. It takes a long gap or long duration to occur. The third type is the extinct or the ancient volcanoes. Now these volcanoes are those volcanoes in which no eruption has been recorded in historic times, are said to be extinct. Sometimes a volcano thought to have become extinct suddenly becomes active also. So there are some volcanoes which were which had occurred in the ancient period. But now at that particular place, since after many decades or after many centuries also, those volcanoes have not erupted, so we call them as extinct because they are not present in today or since many years. But it is not like that an extinct volcano will never erupt. There are some cases that the extinct volcanoes also become active after some period of time. What makes a volcano erupt? There are several different causes for volcano to erupt, which all fundamentally come down to a pressure change within the volcano, which forces the magma to overflow the chamber it is held in. So whenever the magma is forced and it is overflow, it is beyond the capacity, then a pressure is created and the eruption takes place. The most common type of eruption is caused by the movement of tectonic plates. As the tectonic plates they float on the liquid mantle surface, these movement or the continuous movement of the tectonic plates also creates volcanic eruption. When one is pushed under other, the magma, sediment and seawater is forced into the chamber, eventually overflows the volcanic eruption, spewing lava into the sky. So whenever one tectonic plate is pushed under the other, then the magma, it gets a pressure, it gets a force and it erupts the lava into the sky. So this eruption is very sticky, it is very thick, and the temperature is from 800 degrees Celsius to 1000 degrees Celsius. The lava or the magma temperature which comes out, it is very sticky, it is very thick, and it has a temperature from 800 to 1000 degrees Celsius. The second type of eruption is caused by tectonic plates in which the plates move away from each other, allowing magma to rise and fill the gap, which causes a gentle explosion of thin lava of temperature between 800 to 1200. So whenever this is the second case when the tectonic plates they move away from they move away from each other. So from down the magma it comes up to fill the gap between them. So because of this also the eruption causes, and this eruption has a temperature from 800 degrees Celsius to 1200 degrees Celsius. Now, decreasing temperatures can cause old magma to crystallize and sink to the bottom of the chamber, and this movement can force fresh liquid magma up and out, similar to dropping a brick into a bucket. So, whenever you drop a brick into a bucket, the water it spills out, it goes out, it gets spilled out. Similarly, whenever a cooled down magma it gets cooled down, it becomes hard and it sinks in the bottom of the chamber. Then the fresh liquid which is created from the core, that fresh liquid it gets spilled out, and this is also the reason for the volcanic eruption. As you all know, inside the earth crust, the core, the middle portion or the last portion is too much hot, and then after that the mantle it has the less temperature as compared to the core. Finally, a decrease in external pressure can trigger an eruption as it may minimize the volcano's ability to hold back by increasing the pressure inside the magma chamber. This kind of eruption can be caused by natural events such as typhoons, which decrease rock density, glacial melting on the top of the volcano, which alters the molten rock composition. Now we'll study the volcanic materials. After studying how the volcanoes occur, now we'll study what are the different materials that gets released from the earth crust during the volcanic eruption. Now various radioactive substances which are under the earth, which have a capacity of lot of heat and chemical reaction, such radioactive substances are found inside the earth's interior. and they can be in the form of molten, semi-molten, in the form of gases also. Let us study them one by one. So first is the liquid material. Liquid material is a molten rock material. When the molten rock material is below the earth's surface, it is called as magma. When it appears on the surface, it is called as lava. On the basis of percentage of silica, it is classified into the two types. Now, what is the liquid material? The rock or the molten rock which is in the form of liquid because of high temperature, that we call it as molten or magma when it is inside the earth's surface. When the same magma it gets erupted and it comes on the earth's surface and then it cools down, then we call it as lava. Now this liquid material is divided into two groups on the percentage of silica present in it. So first is acidic lava and second is basic lava. Now in the acidic lava, the percentage of silica is very high. The melting point is also high. It is very thick and the fluid, because of the thickness is more, the fluid or the liquid of the lava, it moves slowly. Opposite to that is the basic lava. In basic lava, the percentage of silica is very less, the melting point is also low, and as the fluid is very much less thick or not much thick, because of this fluid can flow fast and it can cover a long distance. Now let us study the solid materials. The solid material consists of dust particles as well as rock fragments. When the material is very fine, it is called as volcanic dust. The small size solid particles are called ash. The solid angular fragments are known as braziers. Sometimes the lava material thrown into the air solidifies into small fragments before falling on the earth's surface. It is called as volcanic bombs. So as we all know that even the solid material like dust particles, rock fragments are also thrown out. So these ash, the small particles are also called as ash, and the angular fragments, the solid material which is thrown out, they are called as braziers. So all these things are also thrown out during the volcanic eruption. Gaseous material. At the time of volcanic eruption, a dark cloud of smoke can be seen over the crater. On the basis of shape, cloud is called cauliflower cloud. Various inflammable gases are found in these clouds. These gases produces flames. So, because of gaseous substances, large amount of gas material is seen and they create a large amount of smoke and poisonous gases, and the clouds are created which are very dark and has a shape of cauliflower. So they release highly inflammable gases which produces flames. Now let us study the two types of volcano on the basis of flow. The way they flow, on basis of that the volcanoes are divided into two types. First is vent and second is fissure. Now in two figures you can see first volcano is very narrow. At a single point it has erupted and the lava is coming out. The lava is thick and it is coming down slowly. In the second image you can see large opening is there and the lava is very much liquid, in a liquid form. Because of this it has covered a large area and it is moving and covering large area under it. So let us study the difference between them. Now what is vent in volcano called? Volcanic vents are the openings in the earth crust from which lava and spiroclastic flows are ejected. When volcanic eruption of blasting lava have ceased, volcanic vents continue releasing steam, gas fumes through small and narrow opening surrounding a volcano and do not spread wider, which are called as fumaroles. Now these are the small openings from where the volcano or the lava is ejected. Okay, the these type of volcanoes have a blasting lava at a single point. Large amount of gas is released, steams, fumes are also released, and it has a narrow opening. So all the material gets deposited at the surrounding. They do not spread wide. They do not spread in large area. Now, what are the fissure volcanoes? A fissure vent is also known as volcanic fissure eruption or simply a fissure. It is a linear volcanic vent through which the lava erupts without any explosive activity, which cover large area and long distance. Now in this type of lava or this type of volcano, the blasting is not there. The releasing of large amount of steam is not there. This type of volcano is little less violent as compared to the vent one. This erupts in a linear pattern in a straight line, and they don't have much explosive activity in it. Because of this, the lava, it comes in more liquidified manner and it covers a large area as well as long distance. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe the channel.